Hi again. In this video, we'll look at databases in a little more detail, and I'll show you an alternate way of maintaining lists of regular players called club lists. As you saw in Tutorial 1, using a database or online source for players can save you a lot of typing. If you're running a rated tournament for the USCF, FIDE, or some other organization, the first thing you want to do is get a hold of their current database of players, usually right from their website. I'll be illustrating this process using the USCF's All Ratings database in text format, but it works the same with the always popular Golden database, as well as those put out by FIDE and the CFC. They're all supported by the SwissSys database wizard, which makes setup easy. For other databases, including your own custom databases, there are a few more steps, but we'll get into that later. Assuming I have my database loaded on the computer, all I have to do is click Database, Database Wizard, and follow the prompts. I want the USCF database. I tell SwissSys where I put it, and I click OK. So now, as you saw in Tutorial 1, I can search for players and load them directly from the registration dialog. I mentioned the use of custom databases. One common approach, especially for school groups, is to keep a list of players in an Excel spreadsheet, and SwissSys can treat these as databases of players. I've created a small Excel file to illustrate the process. You describe the spreadsheet to SwissSys using the database setup command. This takes you to a dialog where you tell SwissSys where your database is, and then fill in the field identifiers with the column headers you have chosen. If you forget what you called them, you can click on Display Field List here to see your options. You can also have SwissSys take a guess as to which column corresponds to which field. If you use predictable names, this works pretty well. When I'm done with this, I click OK Apply, and I'm ready to use it. Now I could register my players from this custom database, the same as we did before, but instead I'm going to show you something different and load the whole thing at once. I click Database, Load Players from Database, and since my Excel file also includes information on which section each player belongs to, I don't even have to set up my sections first. I can have them created for me automatically by checking this box. This command will then insert all the players in their proper sections. Easy peasy. Now let's say I've already registered most of my players ahead of time, but an updated database becomes available. I don't have to start all over. I can download the new database and use the SwissSys command Confirm Ratings from Database. This checks current ratings against the ones in the database and updates them automatically. I can even do the same with online confirmation, although that can take a little bit longer. I wanted to mention, at least in passing, another way of maintaining a list of your players. That's with club lists, which are simple text files. You can create a club list of players right in SwissSys by registering your players and then selecting File, Club, Write Update Club. This club list then works a lot like a database. For instance, you can register your players one at a time or all at once. For more information on this topic and on databases too, check out the help file topics connected with them. Of course, if you're running USCF or FIDE tournaments, you may prefer to register players from their websites and dispense with databases altogether. Each approach has its advantages, and in this, as in many other things, SwissSys supports different working styles. Next time, we'll look at a few of the reports you can generate in SwissSys, as well as some of the attractive formatting options it allows. Until next time, then.